You said you watched the Puff Doc, right?
Yes, I did.
Did everyone here watch the Puff Doc?
Yes.
Yeah.
All 4 episodes.
All right. You 5, take it away.
I didn't really get that much more information from this. I think it was really well done. I didn't get a lot more information than we've gotten in the doc that we got a couple of years ago and through all the press coverage of the last year, personally.
It was just better done, like you said.
Yeah, this was really well done. And they painted the picture they were trying to paint.
Yeah.
Oh, for sure.
For me.
Oh, for sure.
They were trying to paint or the picture that it is? Because we say trying to paint, it's like they got a narrative, and or is that just what it is?
I think whatever their intention was with this doc, they nailed it.
They did it.
Yeah.
That's what I'm saying.
I think when you tell a story about anybody, you could tell multiple stories. There's another story about Puff you could tell that would leave you feeling different about him. That would also be true.
Okay.
I agree.
I get it.
But this one it felt true. You know, and this one needed to be told given everything that's going on. I'm not defending it. I'm just saying, like, I do think there's multiple stories, and they had a particular story they wanted to tell, which I thought was good. And for me, I agree with y'all. Like, it wasn't so much that it was new information, and I think you said this the other day, Joe. It wasn't that it was new information, but the storytelling was so good.
Yeah.
And a lot of these docs, especially ones that come out fast, this is not good storytelling.
suck.
Yeah, they suck. But yeah.
I don't.
And again, remember, y'all, my bad, Mona, y'all speaking for y'all demo. Like, my parents called me.
Fair, yeah.
And was like, yo, I had no idea about a lot of the stuff that they mentioned in this.
Listen, it was shit that was new to me, but I looked at this, excuse me, nigga, this shit was higher than Stranger Things.
Yeah, it was.
Oh no, they make some.
Well, because the Stranger Things niggas is 39.
I know that, but that's beside the point.
I don't
That
know
is-
how y'all still getting this. Later, we'll talk about the Stranger Things.
But my point though, with that just
and
recently
they grew
dropped
up weird now.
They did.
You see that?
They did.
They grew up weird, and nobody
they should've
wants
just
to
let
say
that
it.
go.
So they're trying to put these niggas on a promo run. They look like Stranger Things. You can't really go ahead, man.
This season was pretty good, though.
But the fact is, a lot of people were waiting for Stranger Things, and this was higher than that. So this tells me it's gonna be a lot of eyes getting a lot of new information. Some of us, we might know certain things. I gained new information, and they painted this shit as that was his MO.
Yes.
Yo.
Right.
Oh, okay. That's your girl. I want her.
Whoa.
And I'm gonna whatever. I'm taking like that.
That Eric Sermon stuff?
Bro, I never knew that.
I didn't know
That's the
Eric
story I didn't know.
Sermon either.
I didn't know.
Yeah.
When you said my man was like on the window, I was like, oh, this motherfucker crazy.
Yeah, he a little throw.
I didn't know that one.
I didn't know that he got bad, because the neighbor, the one that, because they live in a duplex and they renting out the downstairs to the other family. He alluded to that he went through rough beatings.
Getting his ass whooped.
Right, but he it was like he don't want to remember it, like it was so traumatic or whatever.
Yeah, I love that part.
Him and his mom was so close, and his mom was so in love with him. Like whenever you would see him, I didn't know that, and I like the fact that they really went into. To me, I took it like Janice was still street connected after the dad died. You know what I mean? Before it's
they
almost
implied it real smooth.
Right, because before it's okay, they from Harlem, he this big drug dealer, he gets murdered, they in Mount Vernon, they excluded from it, he going to private school. But no, she's driving into Harlem and she could leave her car. She really was outside for real. So
That's the brilliance of it to me. When you tell a story like that, where you leave the audience understanding it without having to be heavy-handed with it, like some of these other docs. My man was just she just leave the car there, leave it running, and nobody mess with it. Just saying it like that, we got it without having. To me, that's what made the storytelling so good.
It must have been pretty wild for Puff to have found out his mom was working in the after-hour spot on a talk show.
I didn't think that was real. I thought that he just reacted that way. I think he
you
knew
ain't
what
gotta
his
tell
mom.
the world.
Yeah, I think he knew what his mom was going on. That's just some cutie shit for TV. That's how I took it, Parks. That was some cutie TV shit because, they in tune and they tight. You know what I mean? I don't know. Now, one part that was a little confusing with me, but it might have been because we in the industry shit. So you say what you supposed to say or what the publicist tell you to say. But at one part, he's doing some kind of interview that I've never seen before, and it's from the late '90s or the early 2000s. And he said something about that that his mom was it's the same scene from when he was talking about that he had to fight, he had to whoop ass or he would get in trouble. That interview, I had never seen that before ever, and I was like a Puffy fan. I've seen every little when they show clips of his interviews and shit, I've already seen it. You know what I mean? I had never seen it before. I want them to drop that because the way he was talking all candidly, it seemed like he was being real honest in that interview. You know what I'm talking about?
Yeah, I know exactly what you're talking about.
And at the bottom it says something. It was a title, something almost like that was a documentary that never came out.
Yeah, that part I don't know the source of it, but I agree. All the childhood stuff, having people tell stories from his childhood, it gave you a sense of his mindset. They were building a case about his mindset
For sure.
that I thought was helpful.
When Joe came in and talked about it, I thought it was going to be worse than what it was.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
And
then everybody looked at Rod like, oh, you saw what happened with
You
her.
jumping
and
on.
you just trying to-
Okay.
Trying
So
to
he-
get paid because he ain't paid.
But there was like 100 more.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Including
I definitely think they was fucking though, Puffy and Rod for sure. I think he hit that.
I don't know. I can't speak to that. But
Personal opinion,
What I
yeah.
took from it is that Puffy is a shitty businessman on the side of paying people.
Yeah.
And I think a bunch of these people have been working with him for a long time.
go ahead.
No.
Fish.
Yo, and I just think a lot of them niggas, is mad. I think bitter. You can hear the anger in some of their voices as they talk about what he did to them in business.
For
You know
sure.
what I'm saying? And so I think that it was almost like, all right, this
get back.
is my time to get back.
Yeah.
The Rod
The shit-
story did come off like a love story.
Yes, it
it
did.
did.
They were.
But-
I'm not taking nothing away from him. His claims, I wish him the best, but it just gave. They go together a little bit. Like they went together.
The shit that really got me was when they were talking about Big Funeral. I never heard that before.
Yeah.
Some people have come out to
And I
say
was
some of that was not
somebody
true
did come
or
out
not
and say
accurate.
it wasn't true, but I mean, like just seeing it in that moment.
But if that's
seeing
not
the
true-
way he was presenting himself, and then hearing the other things behind, it was like, who really are you?
What part of that disturbed you the most? The money part of it?
The whole shit, like just seeing.
Big play for his own funeral, I think. Would
That's what I'm saying. This is the money part. That part.
That would be fucked up.
Yes, that would be very fucked up. Yes,
Yes.
If I
Yes.
went on record saying that I'm gonna pay for this,
I'm gonna have.
and then when I see the expenses start piling
Oh,
up
I
because
see.
I'm trying to do this shit big, no pun intended, and now it's too much, and I'm like, I ain't paying for that.
You're not saying it's fucked up to not pay for it. You said it's fucked up to say you're going to do it and not do it.
No, it's fucked up to say we gonna do this bigger than anybody's ever seen.
I want the biggest
We gonna,
funeral New
we
York's
gonna
ever
stroll
seen.
big through Manhattan, Brooklyn, wherever, and then when you start seeing the expenses pile up, you say, "Yo, I want to do it. That shit, he got to pay for it."
No,
That's
I'm
some
with you. I'm
bullshit.
with you. But I'm saying if that hadn't happened, I'm just curious. This is a curiosity I had when I was watching it. If he hadn't said all that and they just did a normal funeral and he paid for that at a big estate instead of his own pocket, would that be fucked up?
Yes.
For me, yes.
Yes.
Yes,
Especially
that's
when
fucked
I feel like Puffy, but one thing, bad businessman or not, the nigga got a vision. He knew what he was about to do after that nigga died as far as all the songs, Missing You, the big. He knew he was going to go hard
He
on
knew
the
he was
death
gonna get
part. That was a no. He knew. And I feel like Puffy wanted that rap thing. And I think with Biggie going, he knew he could rap a little more. Like, you know what I mean? I could be the rapper.
It'll
So
take
it's
the
like,
spot.
yeah, so if you know that, the least you could do is pay for the fucking funeral and look out for the kids. Like, what the fuck? Is this your man or not? Is this your friend or not?
Like, is it confirmed that wasn't true?
Hard to say at this point. It sounds like a.
Because if it's
both
not
sides, I
true,
don't know.
I think that's
easy
horrible,
to figure it out.
bro.
Why the
a
fuck can't we
person
just
spoke
know?
out. He said he was speaking on behalf of Viola Wallace,
Yeah. The
estate
spoke out.
and everything, and said that is 100% not true.
That Biggie paid for his own funeral.
Yes, that did not happen.
And bro,
now
a lot of
you
people
could go
took that-
further down that rabbit hole if you want,
Yeah.
and say,
Yes, you could.
is it possible somebody said, "Yo, my man, I need you to say this and clear this up"?
Right.
We don't know.
Because she gone.
Because
Exactly.
Yeah, and there's been other allegations of stories changing from that side after some other agreements were made. I don't know what's true and what's
I don't give
not.
a fuck if it's true or not. If any two things in this 4-part thing is true,
He's a
then-
monster.
Wow.
I think Puff is a monster regardless. By the way,
I do too.
nothing comes across as he's a good dude.
Like some of that footage
Yeah.
there with him and his son saying, "Yo, we need to call such and such and have her do this." Like some of that shit was hard to watch, bro.
The Aubrey O'Day shit was riveting.
Yeah,
Aubrey O'Day, am I saying her name right?
Yeah,
Aubrey-
I believe so,
Aubrey O'Day, episode 4, having to listen to somebody tell her for certain what was happening with her
And
because she was passed out and blacked out and don't remember any of it.
as someone who also doesn't drink, she said,
Yeah, no.
"That's
That's crazy.
Yeah, that's crazy."
Yeah, you know what was fucking shocking to me? Because growing up as a Puffy fan and, you know, being a person, you know, separating the artist from the person, I just wanted to assume that happened to him from the money and it happens to him in Hollywood. Nah, he was just fucked. Like, you know what I mean? From the gate.
I think it's the combo. That's
What,
why
like it got worse?
That's what I thought made the storytelling so good. It's like, okay, he's born into this really unusual situation. In some ways privileged, in some ways really fucked up, a lot of trauma. And then you add on to that this whole world that almost no one in the history of the world has ever experienced. That's a hell of a combo, because even the guy said there was that moment where he felt the switch go off with who Puffy became. And he was like, oh, that was the last time I saw the Puffy I grew up with. Suddenly
Right.
he looked. So I think it's both. I think it's like trauma mixed with power
Yeah.
that just turns you into somebody else.
They did a really good job. Because even when they started showing like Video Music Box, they showed the nerdy kid dancing on the steps.
Yeah.
That was just thirsty as hell,
With Stacey
trying to get
Lattimore.
into the industry by any means.
Right.
And then they showed this transition of him now being a party promoter, being the hottest party promoter, and then transitioning to Andre Harrell's assistant. And then, like, I think they just did a really good job of telling the story of who he was and who he became.
For sure.
But, nigga, we was outside. Like, bro, it's hard to find somebody that was as popular as Puff in the late 90s, early 2000s, bro.
That's a fact.
Like, we talking about social media.
Yeah.
So you still could maintain a level of mystery and mystique. You know what I'm saying? Like, yo, dog, them niggas was just something that we've not. I think Russell Simmons kind of passed the torch to Puff. Right? I'm going to jump over Andre Harrell. No disrespect intended. No disrespect intended, but I just think that Puffy took black music somewhere that we haven't seen it go, especially as far as the money goes.
By sampling and stealing.
Well, that was the other thing. I mean, they said it explicitly at times. He's not that talented.
He's not, and that's.
No, I'm not saying that. I'm saying that's what they said.
But
I actually think he is
then-
talented. I think they're
I think he's
underestimating
very
how.
talented.
But back then they would say that. Back then, a lot of people didn't like the fact that that's all he did was sample shit. People saying that about him. And
Yeah,
back
but
then, niggas,
nah.
and back then people didn't like when he was running around doing the Biggie shit. People said that shit back then. I was a Puffy fan. I remember people would say like he was exploiting him, and it was
I think so
questioning what he
too.
did for the family.
But I think I always am skeptical of those narratives of like almost like anybody could have done this.
They couldn't.
And it's like
They
they couldn't.
could not.
It's a unique person, a unique talent to do what he did.
Bro, Puff's ear for music alone is unique.
Right.
Finding talented people is a talent.
Yeah,
That's what I'm
that
saying,
is
for
a
sure.
talent. Yeah,
Yeah.
but
And developing them.
But having
Yeah.
having producers in the room, other producers in the room every single time you produce shit, and then we already
Yeah, but if
know
I'm-
that he would take things from you. So it's like to assume that maybe
but
the
look,
good
but Mo-
ideas came from the nigga he sat with and he just put his name on
if,
it.
y'all- if I'm the conductor and y'all are the orchestra, I ain't got to be able to play a single instrument, but I'm the one that's arranging and doing all this shit that's making it all come together.
Right, and I get that.
That is a talent.
Right, I
Everybody
get-
can't do that.
Right, I get that, but that guy being also the guy that comes in your office with a bat and say sign over your fucking stock, like to me, it's just like how the fuck do we know what he added into it, who the fuck he found? But
I mean, it's a good point.
that's all.
Let
I'm
me
saying.
ask you this.
And I'm a Puffy
The
fan,
Hitman-
die hard back in the
The
day.
Hitman was the Hitman.
Yeah.
Did any of them
It kind of has a different,
Yeah, exactly.
kind of has a different ring to it.
Damn shit.
Where the fuck is Stevie J?
My point is this: all of those niggas was talented. Where did they go on to? What did they go on to? Like, 'cause
I don't
when you
even
take
think
me out the
that's
studio
indicative of
now,
anything.
if I'm still the genius nigga, like I think Kanye West is a genius. I think Kanye West could create music with some fucking bongos and some coca. Like I just think he a genius, and so I think that when you take him away from whomever that might have been steering the ship, I think his genius is gonna still just be there.
I mean, Stevie J had some hits.
Yes, he did.
Outside of the Hitmen.
All the Hitmen had
All
hits.
of them.
That's what I'm saying. So I
D-Dot,
think that,
Chucky Booker, all them niggas was dope.
They all had the
J's very
talent.
talented.
But Puff did have a unique thing. I think that's the point. I think in the doc sometimes they underplayed how that skill set is. Because he was like, oh, he couldn't rap or he couldn't. No, he can't. But like, there's things he can do that nobody else can do.
Exactly.
Doc was the first time I heard somebody say, yo, Puff ain't do drugs. Puff was never into drugs.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah, they said after he
Until-
cut it, after he cut, yeah, that even got him hooked on
that
painkillers
was-
and shit.
That was wild.
After he what?
The shit with his wrist. It was
Okay.
like they couldn't tell if it was an attempt or whatever, but the doctor, he got hooked on painkillers after that.
Okay.
And then that's where it just,
Damn.
I don't know. I mean,
Don't worry if I write rhymes. I write checks.
So your final thoughts on this?
I give it an A.
Me
yeah, it was
too.
a great doc.
Yeah. I want to watch it again. That's how I know
I'm gonna
it's
watch it
good.
again.
Yeah,
I have to watch it.
I have to watch it again.
watch
yeah.
I watched it with my
was
wife so I could watch it
much
before this.
information.
So I'm gonna watch it again. But I was like, and I was dreading having to watch it again. The idea of it until I started watching it. Then I was like, oh, I need to see this again to actually catch
some of the other little
all,
small
all the stuff. Afterward, 50 Cent.
Even, hold up, I'm sorry, Mark. Even, y'all talking about, when they jumped Homeboy at the MGM in Vegas, I've heard that story 90 million times. I ain't heard it like this.
Me too.
That's
Me
right.
too.
I ain't heard it like
Me
this.
too. Me too. Yeah.
Never heard it like this.
Yeah, I take back about it being the same thing. It was a lot of new shit in there for me, but I didn't necessarily keep
They
it with everything for the last
specifically
two other
walked
stuff.
you through, this is the man that did this. This is the man's relationship with this person.
Right.
who was Puff's dad's friend. They
Right.
did it.
Right.
You didn't hear that.
You never heard that?
Down to the wire and it'll money.
No, I never heard that.
I mean, I've seen.
I've heard all that.
I've seen all the Pac stuff because we were doing some research on it. So I've seen everything that's been done, but I've never seen it. Every doc had a little thing that was interesting, but what I think this one did was they put all the pieces
took it all
together
together.
in one place,
Concise,
in a very clean narrative. So you could connect the dots in a way that you couldn't before. That's what I thought made it good. Like I've never seen the dots connected in this way. It made it because the whole was greater than the sum of his parts. Like even though we knew all those things, when you tell a story like that, it's making a case that wasn't made before.
Or you're making a timeline for I never heard this shit with him before on the mixtape saying, "Yo, I put $1 million on your head."
Oh yeah,
that was new to me. I had never heard that piece. You know what I'm saying? The dude, the Crip dude, D1 or something.
Yeah.
I had never heard that. I heard all the Keefe D shit. I heard all the Orlando shit. I heard all of that before.
Well, then you agree with what I'm saying because
Right.
he played a role in the MGM shit that I'm talking about.
Not the D1 nigga.
It say he knew 97% of that stuff.
Yeah, the D1 nigga, that story when he was like, yo, I told them niggas when I walked up on Big and they was in LA like, yo, fam, what the fuck y'all doing here? Niggas out here don't play like that. Even if y'all with
Y'all
me,
under my protection, y'all
niggas y'all still bugging the fuck out. Like I had never heard him, and he to me was the most credible nigga up there. That D1 dude seemed like he was the most credible nigga up
So I'm
there.
thinking about somebody's dead.
No, that dude.
I kind of agree with
You know
that
what I'm
in
saying?
terms of the validity.
Yeah, like he was the one because he didn't really have no personal vendetta against Puff.
Yeah, everyone else had a little bit of
Everybody
action
else
around
was
it,
like,
for
yo,
sure.
this nigga ain't pay me. Like, I'm tight. I'll say whatever the fuck you want me to say.
Correct.
That dude right there was like, yo, nah, we was cool. Them was my niggas. And I walked up to the nigga like, yo, y'all niggas bugging the fuck out. Niggas out here don't play like that.
I didn't know the part about Big. Not supposed to go to London.
Pardon me, Ice. The other half of the Dirty Money. I didn't know that.
Me either.
And she didn't. She was one of the people they showed where she loved him.
She loved him.
And
And she was
and
valid.
still loves him.
Still.
Yes.
And just in a very hurtful way was saying, this is funny. A few months ago, I needed him.
for
I needed you.
$5,000 or some shit.
And he told me no.
Yep.
So to watch him kind of beg in that moment of desperation, there was a lot of little, even if we're not even talking about facts and storytelling, if you just watch closely enough, you'll see some things that maybe
that nigga was a piece of shit, bro.
Absolutely.
And he was a selfish motherfucker.
I think up until the last minute, like if you watch this shit where he talking to his lawyer, like he on the phone with the lawyer, he never believed that this shit was happening. It almost seemed like, yo, I got out of everything that's ever. I was always managing to find a way to get away with this shit. I don't think he took it serious
That ain't
until
what
they
I
put them
got
cuffs
from
on him.
I ain't get it from. I ain't necessarily interpret it like that. Even hearing Shorty talk, that she was valid. The girl, Capricorn.
Okay.
She was valid to me because they didn't necessarily just rip them down. They told good shit and they told bad shit. And I think that those three people for me really painted a different story than the rest of the people. Like the girl, she loved that nigga. And she was like,
Who's
yo,
the
fam,
girl? What girl?
the other half of Dirty Money.
Dirty Money guy.
I forgot. It's something with a K.
Yeah.
But
Kalina.
all right. She was like, fam, I love you, dog. Like, I've known you for a decade.